So hi there, welcome back. This is the last one of, we've only got a few left of our Valentine's theme, so excuse the mess. I was going to show you a lovely project using these beautiful coaster moulds and some resincrete and some lovely chrome pen. But as you can see, didn't work. Too much glitter, chrome pen didn't look right, resincrete worked lovely. So not going to show you that one at all. We're going to use this lovely bubble-edged oversized coaster mould instead. Still going to use resincrete. Might also add in some of these beautiful stickers. Sorry, excuse me, still got the tail end of that awful throat. Into the mould as well. And perhaps even some other things. Yes, you've guessed it, some glitter. So here we are. We've skipped on a wee bit. Decided in the end to use this beautiful, it's neon pink glitter. Everything we use will be linked in the description box down below. So we're just going to, having tidied up obviously the work area, sprinkle some glitter in. Now this has been sped up. I must remember to do time lapses instead. I'm just literally tapping the edges of the mould to get it to coat it. Now I know, because obviously I did the previous project, that glitter will pick up from the mould if you use resincrete. I found with other EcoFlows that it doesn't, it just disappears or it stays in the mould, but resincrete seems to be quite good for this. Now also got this mould. Now I'm not going to say what it is just yet, but we're going to do the same thing. So as you can see, I did tap out some of the residue of the glitter from the other mould onto my surface. Now make sure your surface is nice and clean, especially if you're going to do what I'm about to do, and that is just rub the excess glitter from the previous mould onto this one. I thought, do you know what? Rather than just, throw it out, I'm going to tap out the excess from the previous mould, that one there. And I'm going to see if it will pick up on the silicone mould that I'm doing now. Now I've turned this mould inside out. There we go. And it is, sorry, it has been sped up, so you can't necessarily see it very clearly. Now, there's a certain amount of it on there, but I am going to apply some more because I just want it a bit more of a touch of it on there. All around the edges and the sides, not forgetting that middle bit. So there's like a little pointy bit in the middle. So we're gonna pour some into that as well, just to make sure that there's an even-ish coating on it of glitter. There we are, just pouring some into the middle bit, popping my finger in there, moving it around. Hopefully it all sticks to the mould nicely and comes off when we pour the resincrete in. So resincrete we've got, it's from J. Diction. It's a 10:3 mixing ratio by volume. So if you use 100 grams of the powder, you use 30 grams of the water. So thinking at this point, do I add in some acrylic paints that I've got to try and see if we can get a colour other than white with the resincrete? Because when you mix up resincrete, it's very white, as you can see there. So this is it before I've stirred it. I had some leftover mica powder from a previous project, not the failed one that I showed you at the beginning, something else. Quite a deep coloured mica powder, and it had been mixed with a little bit of alcohol. I'm just stirring up the powder, the resincrete powder and water currently. It's the consistency of single cream. Make sure that you stir it enough to get rid of all of the bubbles and obviously so that it mixes correctly. So this was that very dark mica powder that I had left over from a previous project. I've added in a little bit of resincrete and I'm thinking, oh, this is a gorgeous colour. This is exactly what I want. It looked beautiful. Yeah, I have poured it in at this point. There's the empty jug. I have poured it in, and as you can see, not made one bit of difference. Had I added more, I'm thinking, I'll add a bit more mica powder then. Why not? Let's have a go, see what happens. Oh, yeah. There we go. So as you can see, it's a beautiful dark raspberry red colour. Obviously, make sure that you do mix it in thoroughly so you don't get any little clumps of powder in your mix. And yeah, it looks like it's from one of those paint charts that's like white with a very tiny hint of pink to me. So I thought, look, do you know what? I've got some sort of pale pinky peachy coloured paint. I added that in. It looked beautiful. I stirred it in, I stirred it in, I stirred it in, and it disappeared. So it's just looking like a bit more of a slightly darker white with a hint of pink. Oh dear. So I thought, you know what the hell? Let's go for it. Let's chuck everything at it. So I added in some of the glitter that I'd been using. And I just thought, you never know, do you? You never know. Not looking any different there. I thought, what the hell? Stop adding stuff, Laura. This is already starting to thicken up and heat up. So let's just pour it in. So I've poured it into the bubble mould to start with, the bubble-edged coaster mould. A little bit of something there. I'm not sure what that is. It did actually turn out to be a chunk of mica powder. Just tapping the edges, tap the edges, trying to make sure that we didn't get any little air bubbles hiding or trapped anywhere. So again, I haven't told you what this mould is. Guesses in the comments down below. All will be revealed at the end. So poured a little bit into that central section of the mould, squidged the bottom, give it a good squidge, make sure there's no air, little pockets or bubbles anywhere, and then just continue to fill it up. So filled it up, there we are, a little tap before it gets to the top, gave it a little squidge around the edges, and then proceeded to fill it to the top. So this is an hour later, and they have gone completely cold because they heat up a bit and then they cool down. Now what I have done on the top, as you can see, is I've sprinkled a bit more of the glitter. So I did that just before it had finished curing, and it's adhered nicely to that surface. There we go. So it's come away nice and clear from the mould. There's no glitter in the mould, which is lovely. Now, let's see what this looks like. Oh gosh. Oh, look. Beautiful. Beautiful. Almost looks a little bit wet with the sparkle, doesn't it? A little bit frosty perhaps, but a lovely pink, lovely pink. The darker dots on the outer side, on the right hand side there, are not air holes, they're bits of the glitter. So here we go with this one. Now, have you guessed yet what it is? Guesses in the comments. So we're going to peel the mould, carefully peel away the mould, Obviously you can leave it to the following day if you want to before you demould, but I thought, what the hell, let's just go for it. So carefully peeling it back. It looks almost like little petals, doesn't it? Or big petals. They look gorgeous. The glitter's done exactly what I wanted it to do. There are central pieces come off. Now, a little bit of tidy up around the edges so they're not quite so sharp, a bit more smooth. We'll do that with a little nail file, I think. We will seal both of these pieces as well. Oh, that's gorgeous. So perhaps you've got more of an idea as to what you think this might be for. It is a flower. Those are the outer petals and the inner petals, and then the central piece of the flower is, yeah, looking a bit like a pillar. But the glitter has done exactly what I wanted it to, and the resincrete looks gorgeous. I mean, that's a nice little set for somebody as a gift. Mother's Day, Valentines, birthdays, bridesmaids' favours, presents, anything really. Now, I did say that we'd probably be putting some of these butterfly stickers, and at this point I was just trying to decide whether or not we've got enough room for just the one or maybe two, or I'm not sure, or do we, it was all just at sort of deciding how I was going to place them before actually putting them in. And in the end, it was Wayne, that my husband and partner in our creative journey here and the channel, who said to me I would just go with one. Now this one, although this one is beautiful too, I wasn't overly keen on the yellow in it. This one looks beautiful too. Yeah, maybe that one. Not quite, I'm not so convinced. We have, as I said, we have so many of these stickers, and all of them, where you can get them from, they're readily available online: Amazon, Temu, AliExpress, Shein. and Amazon, of course, as well. Anyway, so made a decision, peeled back that layer. It is now sticky on the side that you're going to put down. So make sure that you are happy before you press it down, because once it's down, it's down. So just smoothing it down now, happy with its position and so on. Just making, there we go, look. So happy with this piece, considering my last piece. Oh gosh, those coasters. Still mourning the loss of those coasters. So here we are. I'm going to seal the top of this now by putting a very thin layer of resin. We are still using Tea Expert resin, almost at the end of that supply, and then we're going to move on to a different brand to see what that's like. It is a bit thick, so by all means, you know, use a heat gun to move it around the surface. So we don't want a very thick layer, we just want a thin layer, and it's just to seal it. There we go. So we're just helping it to the edges of where those bubbles start, or the round edged part of this coaster starts, and we're using a silicone tipped brush to do that. So there we are, just pushing it around. We did put this as well. It was only a very small amount of resin that we used. Very small, I mean very. This is probably about, I think my husband made up about 50 mils for me. Put it through the Resiner's debubbling, degassing machine. It took a while to go through it because it's quite thick. We'll just put a little bit more on there. Make sure, of course, I should have said before, make sure that the surface you're working on is completely level. Otherwise, you're going to get an uneven pour, and it will cure unevenly as well. So the surface won't be level, which is not what you want. So just checking here that it's all going to the edges and it's as even as possible. Resin is normally self-leveling, but you've got to have a level surface that it's on to start with. So just popping a few bubbles, and also making sure there that it is the same depth around each part of this coaster. So there we go, quite happy with that. Just give me a quick spritz of some isopropyl alcohol just to help those surface bubbles dissipate. And here's our finishing shots. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. This is the following day. The resin had completely cured. We have, at this point, I don't think we'd actually put the coating on it to seal it. Here we go. So this is this, and at the end, and again, I haven't said what it's for, but if you had the answer that it is a ring and jewellery holder, there we go, then you are correct. So thanks everyone again for tuning in and watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and bye-bye.